to KaMp-A-Holics. I'm Christy.
And I'm Mandy.
And we'd rather be camping.
Hello, campers. Are you continually grumpy, sad, avoiding laundry, sleeping too much? Well, you may be suffering from what is called PCD. That's right, post-camping disorder.
It's real.
Yeah, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
This is kind of a sad segment,
Yeah, I
but
feel like Eeyore.
yeah, but we yeah.
We're back from camping.
Mm-hmm. This is what it's like back from camping. You're just like lethargic. You're frustrated.
Irritable.
Yeah.
Sad.
I'm sure you guys have experienced this. It's like the night before your camping trip ends. This is when it starts for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay,
Because you start thinking,
gotta go home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I'll see Brian put something away, and I'm like,
yeah.
wait,
Oh,
no,
no, I
tell me it's only Friday. But you know what? In reality, it's not. And you have to go back to life, and you have to go back to work and real things and chores and responsibilities.
and people and traffic
And weather.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're at this great camping trip, and then you have to come back, and it's sad. And so I think PCD is a real thing.
It is. I think it is too. And my thing is like, as soon as I get home, I think we all
Yeah.
have our routines when we get home, but I do have to do my laundry and wash my hair, because if I
Yeah.
can smell campfire when I get home,
It's a tease.
I get so mad. I'm bitter. I'm like, oh, if I can't be sitting by the fire, I want to smell it.
And if I don't do my laundry fast enough, Ranger will lay on it and sleep on it for 2 days
Yeah.
to keep me from doing it, because she's got PCD.
It's a real. You see, it affects the pets
If
too.
we gotta get a cure for this. But as I was looking this up, this is a real thing, I guess, with campers, kid campers, that parents do need to know about. But this kind of goes along for us as adults when we come back from camp or camping.
Yeah, it has to. All right. So what are they saying? What is it?
Yeah. So this website, it's like tcjewfolk.com, talks about post-camp disappointment disorder.
Mm-hmm. PC.
Right.
DD.
Yeah, that's right. So it talks about your kids going off to camp, like summer camp, science camp, whatever.
Oh, sure.
And then coming back, and there's these 8 stages that they may go through from coming off of a high of this really great fun camp trip. So we're just going to kind of go over and highlight these 8 stages, because I think they do apply to us. Number 1, elation at seeing your parents and siblings. Of course, this stage only lasts for a few minutes, an hour's tops, and then number 2 hits.
Yeah, then you start fighting with your siblings because A, they're too loud, B, they're encroaching on your alone time. Never mind that you just got back from living with a group of 10 plus people for 24/7.
Oh.
1 or 2 siblings is just too much.
You know, and that stage for me growing up was hard. Like, I'm recognizing this now in myself, but I come back to like another household of group of campers because we had like 8 people in our family. So we never had alone time to begin with, but at least at camp, like, they didn't fully know you, so you felt like some of your time was alone. I don't know.
It was kind of quieter. At least you had like moments where no one was bothering you.
Yeah. Now everybody's just screaming at each other. And a lot of times my siblings and I went to like church camp together. And so then we come back and we're experiencing all these stages at the same time. My poor parents.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Total and complete exhaustion. Oh, that happens to us.
So I feel right now.
Yeah. On the drive home, I mean, I do kind of feel bad sometimes because Brian drives and I'm like,
I'm so tired.
Nap. And Ranger and the kids usually just slept for like the whole way home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, always.
Yeah. But even 3 says, even if your camper pretends to be fine, it's just the post-camp adrenaline talking. Naps are recommended. Camp time is different than real time, so sleep schedules are all kinds of messed up. Ain't that the truth?
It is. It is, because you're napping at all different times while you're out there, or not at all.
Exactly. And it's like your body tricks you in so many ways, because you're like, I'm tired. I'm not tired. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then even like waking up in the morning when you're camping. It's so different for me at home because you don't have to wake up necessarily to any responsibilities.
Yeah, right?
So by the time you get home, you're just like, I gotta go to sleep, wake up, go to work, do all that.
Yeah, with the groceries and the cooking the dinner. Which brings us to number 4.
Good old number 4.
Yeah, the desire to do basically nothing but mope around the house and watch mindless television for 3 days. Yeah.
If we all just couldn't do that, I mean, as adults, you have to do some stuff, but I wish we could just all be kids at that moment and not do anything.
I feel like I am, because you'll see me on Monday at work and I'm literally like stomping my feet and like throwing a temper tantrum because I don't want to be there.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Christy just got back from camping. Oh, that means I did too, so don't talk to me.
Exactly.
Okay, number 5. They're saying either A or B may happen. A, attempt to be in touch with camp friends and counselors, only to realize that you forgot to ask for their contact info before you left. Proceed to be frustrated. Or the post-camper spends hours upon hours texting and FaceTiming their camp friends and counselors. Proceeds to be frustrated that it's not in person.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, even on our drive home, we're like, oh, that was so fun. Remember when we did that? And it was only like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's
I know.
So funny.
Sharing all the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah. Which brings us to 6.
Yeah, which is a full-on emotional meltdown for no reason.
I've had a few of those.
Yeah.
This includes mid-afternoon crying, jags, eye rolling, and talking back. This affects the people around you, siblings, causing all kinds of fun for your parents who are starting to wonder why they pay for this experience each summer.
Yeah, and the parents probably drinking more.
Uh-huh. It's like that saying, like, oh, you spend money or time to go camping, which is essentially be like a homeless person. And you come back and you're like, oh, I did all that work. But then you're like, yeah, let's go again. Let's go this weekend. Hurry up.
I know. It's kind of a lot of work, but it's so worth it. It's fun.
It is. It really is. Especially, I mean, we could easily go through these stages and get back out there.
The hard part is like you have to keep going through these stages. Like you have to keep coming back. I don't want to come back anymore.
I know. So after these last 2, we'll go through some things that may help us.
I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So 7, complain of boredom despite a full room of toys, books, and electronics. It's so funny because I feel like sometimes the kids get out there camping like, I'm bored, but then when they settle in, then they're like having fun, like chasing squirrels, and they don't want to come home. And then like this, exactly. They have 1,000,001 things to play with, and they're bored now.
Yeah. All the things that they wish they could have brought camping.
Yeah.
And they couldn't, and now they're in front of their face.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Number 8, acceptance. This is when you finally begin to accept that you're home. I don't know if that happens.
I refuse. I refuse to accept.
I accept I am home for a period of time.
Yes.
Only to get back out there again.
Exactly. I'm only here to restock my camping provisions and buy something new and go back.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into what we can do to remedy some of this now that we know what to prepare for. I think for me, what helps, and I'll even start this on the trip that I'm currently on, planning my next trip.
Yeah, that is helpful.
It is helpful because you're already thinking about the next fun adventure because you don't want this one to end. You're making sure the people that you love and you're having fun with are going to be on that adventure. Yep. You're planning in your calendar because if you don't, schedules get all messed up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to plan ahead. And that's the thing, too. It's like, not even just with some of the parks you're going to go to, but if you're growing with a group of people, you have to plan pretty far in advance. So so we can,
reservations, schedules, all of that. It's just, you have to do that.
And then it's shopping for something new, right?
Right. Oh, did you see Christy's new Cool Kid lights? I got to get some too. Yeah. Oh, man.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, also like to help get you in those in-betweens. There's things we can do like go hiking or have a campfire outside at home.
Set up your camp chair in the living room.
Yeah. Cry in it. Look at your old camping photos. But that is something we have done, especially if we go on large trips. Like, so one year we went on a huge national park trip and we compiled everybody's photos from that trip. And then it was like maybe 2 or 3 months later, we had a little get together, ate dinner, and then we did a slideshow of all the photos.
It's so cute.
It's cool to see like what everybody else takes, or to obviously remember what you guys were doing, but it's fun.
And I like it too because I did that when we went to Washington. Like, we were taking pictures, and at first I was like, this is silly. We're taking pictures of the same things essentially. But then later when we look at it, I was like, when did he take that one? When did he take that one? And then like you see
different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's really fun to see the other people's perspectives too.
Definitely. Like that trip we were on, I think we most everybody was taking pictures with their phone, but then Jay had like a legit camera and tripod. And so later when we saw his pictures, we're like, these are like professional pictures. And he had like the panoramic one. You could see like Old Faithful and everybody. It was pretty cool. So yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's something we were talking about, like buy a bunch of cheap like Kodiak, disposable. Yes, cameras, hand them out to kids and whoever, and see what you come back with.
Yeah,
it might be a little bizarre, but hopefully you'll have some fun memories in there.
You would, yeah, or at least something. It would give it's going to be entertaining nonetheless. I'm sure.
We're doing this. We're totally doing. And then we should post like all the most randomest photos, like in this collage.
Yes,
that would be awesome.
Like, who took the photo?
Yeah. And even a step further, we could take it to our next camp trip and be like, yeah, who took that photo?
I like this.
You show up to like those baby showers and you're like, oh, who was that one there, a baby? Yeah. Who was that standing naked by the campfire? Oh, man. Sasquatch. I hope he has a camera. I'd love to see all his photos.
I know. He's probably got some good ones.
Yeah. So, like, the PCD stuff is real. Like, when we get home, we typically unpack everything from the trailer, food, clothes, get it in the house so Brian can do his outside stuff with the trailer, get it back to the yard before they close, clean it up. I start the laundry, unloading the food, throwing away all the leftovers nobody wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get lucky and have some unopened snacks that don't expire for a while, so I'll just save those for the next trip. That's right. And then we'll even start making our list of, like, what are we low on? Supplies, like paper towels, paper plates, soap, things like that.
You know what I thought about doing, and this might be over the top.
Please, do tell me. Wait, do you need your mustache for this?
Oh, I do. Hang on, let's get this on.
Get that sucker.
Let me get it off of the microphone and on.
If you guys don't know, I don't know if we told you, but we've got go-to mustaches on our microphones, so when we need to get into character, we are ready.
Because this is very serious. And now I don't even remember what I was going to say.
We were talking about unpacking the trailer, throwing away leftovers.
So I got a new camp kitchen, and I've been testing these clear plastic bins with handles and all the things, right? So I got them, and I think I'm going to keep them, but now I'm like, I need to get a label maker, and I should label them, but then I was like, I should take it even further, and on the inside of the lid, I should have like the supply list for in there. And then so like if I'm like, hey, we need more sunblock, it's like I know, right?
I'm so glad you're wearing your mustache when you said this, because that is so smart, and you look so smart with that mustache. That is perfect.
Yes.
But
is that's not over the top?
No. There's nothing like, you can't be over the top when you're organizing for camping. I feel like
people are gonna look at me like,
she's a little crazy camper.
That mustache.
I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably a crazy camper.
You have to be. Or a Kamp-A-Holic. We're kind of addicted to this, if you guys hadn't noticed.
If you want help organizing camp stuff, we'd love to do that.
Oh, yeah. Just call us.
Just give us a little
ring. Who are you going to call?
We don't have a number yet, but you can email us.
Oh, yeah, do that.
I'd rather be camping at gmail.com. With a K.
With a K.
But yeah, no, I love organizing camp stuff. Even Brian and I went to the trailer the other day because he bought me a tiny little black stone to fit in the outside storage.
So exciting.
So he was doing all his measurements and stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go inside and do a little organizing. This wasn't a have to; it was a fun to.
Yeah.
So those are the best kind.
Those are the best.
But no, that's smart because then Reese doesn't have to open up every container to see what's in it. He could just be like, boom, marshmallows.
Or where does it go?
Yeah.
We'll look at the container.
Yeah, read.
Yeah, you know where it goes. You know where to put it.
You know. Know before you go. No, that's awesome. But another thing coming back, I don't know about you, but I sleep. I am so tired. I mean, we talked about next day grumpy and stuff, but I just want to nap like all day long.
I do want to nap when I get back. And then that night too. I don't know if it's like just like
the weather or the elevation.
Yeah, being back in your bed and after a shower, whatever it is, and it's like I'll sleep really good that night too. But then it's hard. I don't want to get up the next day because then I'm like, not in a tent.
Mm-hmm. I know. We slept with the windows open last night, and I was like, I'm gonna pretend I'm camping.
Yeah.
But then you like hear a car go by, and you're like, that's not working.
That's not working.
You have to get out there again. Oh darn.
I know. Darn it.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to.
Yeah. I mean, literally and figuratively. Yeah. Elevation. You're coming down from that high.
Yeah.
For us, we have to hit the elevation high to get to the trees. But when we come back, you're definitely in the valley.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, planning for your next trip, that helps me. And then just talking about it, talking how much fun we had.
Yeah.
For sure. Like you said, buying those gadgets for the next trip.
Yeah.
Planning. I sound so sad.
It is sad. I'm like reminiscing. Like, what else could you? You know, I guess I could be practicing like my frisbee golf in the downtime. You know what I mean? Like,
sure. I'll practice in my head.
Practice croquet, maybe. Like,
yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
So then when we do go camping, we just
do that.
Be like, I don't know how I got so good.
Yeah, and it's funny because like we'll even start playing a game or two from camping. There's certain games that we're like, oh, we play that camping. But then when we get back, we're like, oh, yeah, let's play Super Big Boggle for a week. And then you're like, it's not the same. We're not in the forest. But it is still fun. It slowly helps come down from that PCD. Yeah. You guys might be suffering from that. If you are, don't be ashamed of it. It's a real thing.
Yeah, that's actually why we're all here on these camp meetings is to try to help with that, too, You just go back and listen to one of these episodes and think about camping.
And really, it's good now that we have this PCDD list of these 8 stages. I mean, parents should be aware of this for themselves and their child. Like, I mean, you probably for the first time get your kid back from camp and you're like, what's wrong with my kid? They're never going to camp again if this is what it's going to be like.
Right. No, it's like you just need to maybe play some wilderness noises while they're sleeping at night. You know what I'm saying? Those little noise machines.
Right. And
like birds chirping.
I mean, this is a good list to have because then when the parents pick up the kids, like get the other parent's info or something and set up a play date.
Yeah.
Make it easier on yourself.
Exactly.
Christy, will you play with me next week because we haven't camped for a long time?
It's funny because we do.
I know. Or we'll go camp shopping together. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. You know, I haven't been to Cabela's in a long time. I know it's quite a drive.
I haven't either.
It could be worth it.
Or REI. It's a little pricey, but it's fun to look around.
I want to go to Sportsman, too, actually, and that's not that far.
Yeah. And Dick's Sporting Goods has a pretty good camp section.
You know,
wow. Really coping with this PCD well.
And now that it's getting cool out, camping gear is going to be on sale because it's like off season.
Yeah, that's right.
So now's the time to get all the cool stuff that we typically can't justify buying.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good point because when people are looking for a trailer, it's good to hit those seasonal marks of when people are selling and looking because winter is usually they're coming down from the summer and they're like, oh shoot, we've outgrown this camper, or we don't need this anymore. So they sell it and it's probably at a more reasonable price because it's going into the winter when most people don't camp.
Yep.
So that's a good time to start looking for that gear, that camper or tent, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's things to help with this. So
yeah, I think we need to go now. All right. Bye, you guys.
Yeah,
We're going to go shopping and plan our next trip.
Bye.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.